Where did that come from, Daddy? My little girl murmured it like she was afraid the truth might hurt me. Today my teacher asked why you're delivering takeout now. Mama told her you messed up your life. She wasn't trying to wound me. Kids don't invent cruelty, they copy it from the adults whispering behind closed doors. An hour later the teacher phoned me. Gentle tone, careful wording, that mix of curiosity and pity people pretend they're not offering. Sir, is everything all right at home? I didn't correct her. Not yet. I just said, there's something important you should know about me. 3 days later the principal was marched out of the school in handcuffs. My wife stood frozen next to our daughter, both of them white as paper, staring at me like they finally realized they never actually knew who I was. Maybe they were right. My wife hadn't always thrown insults like crumbs. But the moment I took a seasonal job that looked small from the outside, the moment I stepped away from the life she liked bragging about, she began rewriting my value in her mind. Failure. Disappointment. Delivery boy. She tossed the words out carelessly, not realizing our daughter's ears were right there. Not realizing the teacher would repeat them. Not realizing where I truly was the nights she thought I was out dropping off orders. But the cracks in our marriage started long before that. Secret calls. Messages she deleted. Money missing. Excuses that sounded rehearsed. Nights she came home smelling like someone else's world. I didn't react. Reactions feed people power they don't deserve. Instead I watched. Quietly. Systematically. She always mistook my silence for stupidity. People love underestimating the quiet ones. I studied the bank activity. The GPS logs. Every email she tried to hide. I handled it the same way I handled every operation of my life. Slow, steady, emotionless. Then I saw the transfers. First tiny amounts, then bigger ones. All going to a name I didn't recognize. The late-night messages had a pattern. 1 a.m., 3 a.m., wiped clean by sunrise. But nothing digital ever disappears forever. Her desk held more answers. Unsigned forms, partnership proposals, letters from the principal coded in professional politeness but dripping with familiarity underneath. While I was out working he had been visiting our home. And she had been visiting his office. But she wasn't cheating the way most people cheat. She was doing something uglier. Trading our daughter's academic records, her future, for favors, influence, benefits she never earned. And the principal was helping her, convinced I was just the guy who showed up with warm boxes and a cheap shirt. Then the truth came in a brown envelope shoved under our front door. Inside was everything: payment logs, dates, names, and a list of students whose grades and fees had been quietly adjusted. My daughter's file was right there among them. I walked upstairs and set the envelope beside the bathroom sink while she showered. Then I asked calmly, "How long have you been using our child to get what you want?" She froze, the kind of freeze where someone realizes their tiny lies have turned into felonies. She didn't answer. She didn't have to. The papers already screamed everything she refused to say. Revenge doesn't require anger. Just precision. The next morning I went to the one person in that school who saw my daughter as more than a number, her teacher. I placed the file on her desk. Every signature, every tampered record. She didn't ask where it came from. She didn't want the weight of that truth in her hands. But mandatory reporters don't hesitate. Investigators showed up within days. The principal tried smiling, tried shaking hands, tried talking his way out, but lies shrivel instantly under real light. As the cuffs closed around his wrists, my wife looked at me like she finally understood. The man she'd been lying to wasn't nearly as simple as she believed. She clung to her version of me, the humiliation of the pizza guy, because it made her feel above me. But she never once asked why I took that job. Why I needed to disappear into the background. Why being unnoticed was necessary for the real work I did. Her life didn't fall to pieces because of me. It fell because she built it on rotten foundations. When everything settled, my daughter whispered, "Daddy, you're not delivering food anymore?" I smiled, the kind of smile that doesn't reach the heart. "No, sweetheart," I said. "My work was never about the food." She squeezed my hand. My wife couldn't meet my eyes. Guilt folds people in on themselves until they're small. She kept waiting for softness, for forgiveness, for anything. But I had nothing left for her. Detachment is cleaner than rage. And far colder. I didn't yell. I didn't explain. I just stepped out of the life she tried to rewrite for me and let her live in the ruins she created. People think heartbreak is loud. But real heartbreak, it's quiet. So, final. If you stayed with me until the end, what would you have done in my place? And if this story reached you, follow for more. Thanks for listening. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.